Today I want to talk about Gideon in the Old Testament. So, to give you some context, Israelites, they have been in bondage for 7 years to the Midianites. The Midianites were taking all their food, Israelites were starving. And then this angel appears to Gideon and tells him to free the Israelites. Um, and Gideon didn't really feel like he was capable. He responded something to the effect of, like, my family's poor and I'm the least of all my family, like, which I think is kind of funny. My family's poor, so I can't be a leader. I can't be a soldier. Uh, but anyways, that was his excuse, which we all find excuses, right? Like anytime we might feel inspired to do something, I think we respond quite often like Gideon does. Well, who am I? Like, my family's poor and I'm the least of my family. Like, we find excuses. Like, I'm not good enough for that. I'm not smart enough. All these other people are more capable. But God says, go do it. I'll be with you. And so Gideon gets together 32,000 soldiers. Now, the Midianites had an army of 135,000, so they're way outnumbered. But God tells Gideon, you've got too many. 32,000 is too many. If you go and you defeat the Midianites, you'll pat yourselves on the back too much. You'll say that it was all you and not God that delivered you out of the hands of the Midianites. So Gideon says, all right, if you're scared, go home. 22,000 soldiers go home. They're left with 10,000. God tells Gideon again, that's still too many. Send your soldiers down to drink water. Gideon decides whoever drinks water straight from the river with their mouth, he'll send home, and he'll keep those that use their hands to drink the water, which is only 300. So now we have 300 soldiers versus 135,000, and God says that's sufficient. So God gives Gideon insight, wisdom on how to defeat the Midianites. He sends his army into three different groups, and they have trumpets, they have lanterns, lamps, and they make noise and shine these lights, and it scares the Midianites so much that they get confused. They start fighting each other and they flee. So the Israelites are freed from an army of 135,000 using only 300 soldiers, which none of them died, and they're free. And I think about this, like, why do we read these stories in the Bible? Like, do we believe the Bible's true? And if we do, then what are we supposed to learn from these stories? What I think we can learn from this story is that we, in some way, if we really want the most out of life, like Gideon did, like they were surviving. It wasn't good. Like, they were under control of their enemy. It wasn't good, but they were surviving. And I think a lot of us kind of just survive life, even if it's kind of going okay, going well. But if we want more out of life, I think God calls us to do something that looks impossible. And the reason why he does that, I'm sure there's multiple reasons, but I think one reason why is so that we can learn to rely on him, and we can learn to acknowledge that it's only through his power that we're able to do these things. And so if you take this whole story, again, you might feel inspired or impressed to do something, and you'll probably first react like Gideon, like, hold on, God, you want me to do that? You want me to free our people? Like, who am I? I'm not anybody. He's not the only one that felt like that in the Bible. So don't be surprised if you feel that way. But don't let those feelings, don't let that fear hold you back from going and doing the things that you feel inspired to do. Because that thing that you think is impossible might be exactly what you need in order to grow and become the person that you need to be. So go find your version of Gideon's army. Go find that impossible idea, that task that you want to do. Have faith in God and go do it.